Welcome to cooking cheap, easy, and tasty meal. Okay, today I'm going to make a corned beef cottage pie. We'll start out with 2 tablespoons of butter. We'll get the butter melted. We'll put it about 7, which is right at medium. And what I'm going to do is add the first set of ingredients. First set is onions, and celery, and carrots, I'm going to cook those till they get a little soft. I'm also going to add some green onions because I saw some at the store and they just were so good looking. I just felt like I'd buy some and use them in recipes. But this should give it a little extra flavor. This is going to cook for 4 or 5 minutes until the onions get translucent. A little start on the carrots. And the last thing we'll do before we go to the next step is add in the garlic. It's doing real well. And a little bit longer. We'll put a little salt and pepper on here just to get it started. The seasoning. Okay. Now I'm going to put the garlic in the middle, give it a little time to cook on its own. Don't want to burn it. Start mixing it up once we get it in. Okay, it's been cooking for a few minutes, so the next step is to add in our corned beef. This is 1 can of corned beef. You could use fresh cooked corned beef. This is a can of Libby's corned beef. I think it's made in Uruguay. Interesting place. I guess that must be a good place to get corned beef. I've made this with fresh, actually gotten a corned beef and cooked it, but this is a lot easier. So the next thing I'm going to add is some ketchup, a couple tablespoons. I'm going to guess 1, 2, that's close enough. And we're going to put in about a tablespoon of Worcestershire. Feels like about a tablespoon. You could measure it if it matters, but generally I like both of those, so they're not going to affect my flavor profile that much. It's going to just add to the flavor anyway. All right, so I'm going to mix this all up. Get all the vegetables mixed in really well. Get the Worcestershire mixed in. Okay, so we seem to be doing well there. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is add a cup of beef broth. Now this is 1 cup of water and a teaspoon of better than beef bouillon. So I'm going to get that in here. Get it mixed in real well and let this come to a simmer, and then we're going to let it reduce the liquid a little bit for a few minutes. Give it 10 minutes or so and get that ready. Okay, I have reduced the liquid maybe 1/4 inch. That should be enough. It looks a lot thicker. I'm going to let this cool for a little while, and then I'm going to put it in the dish and do the final preparation. I'm going to put the mixture in here. A little medium baking dish. And I'm going to cover it with mashed potatoes. Now, I could have made fresh mashed potatoes, but to be honest, I didn't. What I did was made some good instant mashed potatoes to go on this, and that'll be fine. I'm not sure that I would be able to tell the difference in a dish like this anyway, but I'm just going to spread it out as evenly as I can. And then I'm going to sprinkle some cheese. Now, I could use cheddar cheese. What I'm using is a Mexican cheese mixture, if I can get it open. You could certainly shred your own cheddar cheese, but this has got a variety of cheeses in it, which I think adds to the flavor overall. This is certainly not a traditional cottage pie. And I'm going to sprinkle some breadcrumbs on top. These are Italian seasoned breadcrumbs, which shouldn't hurt the flavor a little bit. There's nothing dramatic in here that's going to change the flavor of this very much. It really is mostly flavored by the vegetables and the corned beef. So that'll just give it a little crunch on top. Now, I'm going to put that in a 375-degree oven for 20 or 25 minutes. We'll see. And then I'll be back. I made this loaf of bread today to go with tonight's dinner. It's just regular no-knead bread. The only difference is I changed out, instead of 3 cups of all-purpose flour, I put 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour in it and 1/2 cup of rye flour. Otherwise, the recipe's the same. And after I let it sit for 18 hours, I cut it into 6 pieces, made balls out of them, and put it in the pan to cook that way to give it a little different look. But it looks like it's going to be a good addition to tonight's meal. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes. Everything looks good, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this out of the oven. It's browned nicely and looks ready. Let me let it cool for a minute before I serve it, but it looks pretty good. Okay, let's serve it up. Definitely looks like a shepherd's pie. And a piece of bread to go with it. Looks like a good meal on a cold winter's night. Not that cold, but it's still heading toward winter. If you try it, I hope you enjoy it. Let me know. Thank you. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and give us a like. Thank you.